Sister Talk.
Chun-Li, you have a project called the Father's Project.
Right.
What led you into taking that task?
So it was really two things. You know, I started this project in New York about 2 years ago at a workshop for photography. And the workshop was really about dealing with a personal issue and kind of bringing that to life through photography, or at least that was sort of how I interpreted the task at the time. And for me, fatherhood was a personal issue at that time, especially dealing with Black fatherhood. I found out a couple of years ago that I myself had a Black father.
It's a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it was only recently, in 2004, so fairly recently. And was this big family secret that nobody's supposed to know about. And of course, you know, I reacted with shock and anger, and you know, all these questions came up about, you know, not only who this man was and where is he now and is he alive, but also you know, given all the representation around Black fatherhood, which is mostly negative, you kind of wake up one day and realize you're now part of that statistic.
So what was the cause of him not being around? What did your mom say?
She doesn't really talk much about it these days. All I know is that you know, when they were dating for a very short period of time, and when she learned that she was pregnant with me, he ran away. That's all. She knows her. That's all she's prepared to tell me at this point in time.
We have some pictures. So these are the pictures that you took. What's this about right here?
Oh, wow. So this is a guy named ZUN. He's in Detroit. He's a master barber, and I took some pictures of him and his daughter at the barbershop. He's married with a daughter.
So, this is
this is in North Carolina.
Wow, you went all over the country, huh?
Yeah, I traveled far and wide to be able to do this. This is actually a friend of mine who agreed to be part of this project, and he's also a photographer. His name is Anthony Francis. What I was trying to do is catch fathers and their children in specific moments where, you know, they're not necessarily posing, but something that expresses love that a father has for their children.
This one. This
is Billy. He lives in Harlem, Washington Heights actually, and that's his daughter Esmeralda. They're at a gas station here, and he's just filling up, you know, the gas tank, and you know, again, not posed, but it was just catching them when they had a lovely little moment.
Oh, this is cute.
Oh yeah, that's Carlos. He's also in Harlem. Again, just I really want to spend some time with the subjects that I know, so they let me into their lives, and I just become a fly on the wall.
How do you get these people? How do you, I mean,
it's
they just
hard.
let you come into your
nobody
world?
really wants me to come to their house and start photographing, right? So that takes some time to build trust and to just get to know them. So you get a lot of no's
before yes?
I get a whole lot of no's.
A whole lot of no's.
I'd say 9 out of 10 parents say no. And this guy again.
That's cute. Another one?
She's saying, get out!
That's somebody I ran into just on the street in front of Harlem Hospital. So. Never talked to him again.
I found you very interesting. I found Chun-Li on the internet. I was looking for a
guy. Hope that's a good thing.
Yeah, it just came up, and I saw this, and I was like, wow, this is so interesting. What got me, you know, even before I read the article, was the photographs. And I thought they were so soulful.
Thank you.
You know, and I thought you captured the spirit, the essence of the father and daughter and son relationship. You show the love that was there, which we don't see too much in the media. We don't see that at all. You know, the only time we saw that really was Cosby, and during that time, a lot of Black people aspired to be that way, and they aspired to go to college because of that show.
Right.
What set you out on that journey to go into these urban areas all over this country to take these pictures?
Sure, and you know, just to add to that, Cosby was sort of my surrogate dad, because you know, I watched, you know, I grew up in a household also with my dad actually being very physically and verbally abusive, and you know, that was even before I learned about the father that I didn't know about. So for me, it was my, you know, surrogate dad. Sort of, that's who I turned to for advice, for guidance, and just, you know, looking at my broken home, I saw something that was intact. And that was something that would give me hope that, you know, there's something out there that if I worked hard enough, that could be something for me as well. So in a way, that was one of the examples for me growing up. And there's not much else around even today.
No, it's not this.
So that was one of the motivations. But digging a little deeper into this project, I realized, there's a lot between Maury Povich and The Envelope, right? Oh, please don't let me be the dad. And Bill Cosby. There's a lot of great fathers out there that don't get a lot of shine in the media. And the media is not interested in telling their story because it doesn't fit into a certain way of how we want to see these fathers right now. So and I wanted to just find the everyday father that's not really, I call them the unsung heroes.
Was this project a way of you trying to find your father? Because you really picked African American.
Sure, because that was sort of my history, right? It's looking.
But you didn't know your history till like what?
2004.
Yeah.
And I started this project 2 years ago. So
right.
I knew about the fact that I had an African American dad. But for me, this was a way of, not knowing if he's alive, where he is, what his name is, whatever. Doing this project was for me a way to find a way to forgive him.
Oh,
it's
really?
also about forgiveness, because I couldn't call him. I don't know where he is. So for me, it's getting past the anger and the questions and the hurt.
So you were angry?
Sure, I was angry.
At your mom too?
For him abandoning me, for him leaving me with a dad that really didn't care about me.
Oh, really?
The dad that I had, and that's why I suspected maybe my dad, the father that I grew up with, knew.
Okay.
About me not being his child, because he was so abusive, and he also
physically,
verbally,
really?
everything. I ended up in the hospital with broken bones.
Oh my God, I'm sorry to hear
so
about
it wasn't
that.
just the odd spanking, but beyond that, it was more that my dad never really encouraged me to be somebody. So it was, he's always looked at me and said, I'm going to end up just being no good. So for me, it was getting past having a father that was really not a father.
So you're a health practitioner, right?
Yeah, I'm a physician.
Okay, so what do you practice?
I was a neurologist. Right now I'm a corporate executive. So I advise governments and hospitals on strategy and strategic planning.
Well, I just have to say that he came from Toronto, Canada to be on Sistah Talk, and I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I just had to be here and
I hope we stay in touch. Yeah, because because you're a great person, but also I want to know your quest to find your father, because I feel like that's a spiritual quest.
Maybe I'll find him.
I think you will.